The Department of Basic Education is embarking on a nationwide anti-bullying campaign. This is to raise awareness on the distressing impact of bullying and violence reported in schools. Our reporter Mahlako Komane is following up on the interventions that the department plans to put in place. Let's cross live to her now. Thank you very much, Mahlako, for joining us. This is a very distressing issue, of course, and what comes to memory is the case of Lufuno, who passed away in Limpopo because she had been bullied.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon to you, Nompi, and the viewers at home. Very distressing indeed, and I think from what we heard when the Deputy Minister took the podium today on stage, and in her speech, what she told parents was the fact that, you know, these things are, it's not just a child who comes to school and bullies, but rather there are various factors that are, you know, there are various factors that you need to take into consideration when you deal with such an issue. And this is exactly why they're here, saying that they need to deal with families holistically, because communities in schools, you know, schools reflect the communities that they find themselves in. Children don't wake up and become bullies. So it's not only about the child, but it's the whole value chain, the family, the community. How do we then ensure that, you know, children get the services that they need? But not only them, but also families, be it counseling that they need, you know, be it issues that they need advice to, they need advice with. And I think that's what they're trying to do here today. But also quite interesting, they've also brought in the Department of Home Affairs, the Deputy Minister also here from Home Affairs, saying that issues of identity are very important, and families and parents have a responsibility to ensure that children are able to be given an identity, that fathers should be present, because these are some of the factors that you know, contribute to violence, to people being unhappy with themselves, to people, you know, having issues that they can't they don't know how to bring out, but saying there's so much that we need to do as a country and as families and as communities to ensure that we deal effectively with the scourge of bullying.
Trust these guys to ramp up the music when you're trying to talk to us, but I hope you can hear my next question. So what is it that government is looking to do to perhaps facilitate not only families but communities and everybody participating to improve the situation and get to a point where we get to near no bullying at all?
Well, you know, Nompu, I think that the issue here is I think bringing families into the, you know, communities rather into the mix of things, to deal with issues also at home, to also bring in, I think what is different here as well, what we haven't seen lately, is the bringing in of parents. You'd remember before, your child is a bully, you're just going to get a letter, your child's going to be possibly suspended from school or even kicked out of school. But now it's other problems at home. What can we do to assist? These are, you know, the various services that we offer as government that we're able to help you with. Do you need social development to come in and you know, help you with whatever that you may be going through? I mean, we're also seeing that Home Affairs is also here to help children that don't have identity documents to be able to register. So I think it's the various, what makes up a community also, but what makes up an individual that seemingly that they are trying to, you know, address. So, you know, children can also find themselves in an environment that is conducive and they can come out and become better citizens. They also spoke about cyberbullying. They also spoke about parents and their responsibility to ensure that they know what their children are doing when it comes to gadgets, when, you know, when it comes to social media. That parents also have that responsibility, that yours is not to just buy a phone, but to also constantly check up and understand that children are not adults. They need the necessary supervision.
Absolutely. Mahlako, thank you very much for that crossing to us. Mahlako Komane, she's reporting there from a function that's being held by Home Affairs and others.